So we'll dedicate this particular video only to TinkerCAD. Now, what is TinkerCAD and why do we need to know about it at the first go in this particular module? So as you know, the purpose of this particular module is to interface the software with the hardware. So basically, what are we going to do? We are going to upload the code that we already have written with the help of module number 3 onto the hardware, and we are going to instruct the hardware to do some kind of functions for us, to do some kind of activities for us. So before going on to the physical devices, to the actual hardware, we need to be sure that whatever we have learned falls in line with what the machine expects us to do. And we do not end up frying some chips or frying some registers, LEDs, etc. So TinkerCAD will help us in doing that. TinkerCAD is an online simulation platform which helps us to carry out simple simulations with a good amount of different kinds of sensors and modules which are already enlisted on it. So what are we going to do with TinkerCAD, or what can one do with TinkerCAD? Is that basically on TinkerCAD we can select the microcontroller we want to use, we can select the sensors we want to use, we can select LED resistors, sorry, beg your pardon, and we basically make a connection. Then we also have a portal in order to code in Tinker. We code over there and then we upload the code. So what will Tinker do? Tinker will simulate that code and put it on the virtual hardware and and tell us how it will perform in the real world. So it is a free platform, so you can go and tinker, which basically means play around with different circuitries, try coding different programs, and basically permute different things before you get hands on the actual hardware. Because only once you're assured that your code won't fry up anything or basically will work 100%, then you can put it on the real thing, right? So we'll just look briefly into what Tinker is. So as I mentioned, TinkerCAD is an online platform used to simulate basic IoT systems and circuits. It is a free platform used by the users by registering and creating an account. So what are the steps to start TinkerCAD? Number one, of course, go to Google, search TinkerCAD, click the first link. Number two, register yourself on Tinker. Number three, now there'll be a home page which will look something like what there is already shown on the screen, and then you basically have to, after registering, you'll be directed to a different kind of page. So which will show you a lot of options on the left hand side of the screen relating to making electrical circuits, making 3D circuits, 3D modules, and wide array of options over there. So we have to select circuits over there, and then it should be followed by creation of new circuit. And this will open up a page which will help us to build and simulate the basic circuits. So there'll be a drop down menu which will show which will give you an array of options to select a module or a sensor from. So we just select from them and just drag it on the board, and then basically drag and connect all the components to get started with the tinkering. Then over there is also a code slash simulation button. Over there you'll have to write your code, and then you have to press the run button in order to simulate the code. Now this is just a brief like which we I would like to give you in order to start tinkering and start exploring TinkerCAD. So what we have done, like the team of Ionots have done, is that since Tinker is something you should yourself explore so that you get hands-on experience and basically some kind of confidence before moving on to the real circuitry, we have enlisted a couple of very simple TinkerCAD projects with the necessary steps and the codes in the PDF documentation of module number 4. So you guys can go there directly. I'm not going to demonstrate it for the simple purpose because tinkering is something that you should be doing so that you get the fear off your chest. And getting the fear off your chest is important before going on to the actual circuitry. And all the important steps required to do those two basic projects have been mentioned in the PDF. All you need to do is go there, follow the steps one after the other, and the program is also given over there. So in case you get stuck, you can copy paste the program and then start running the simulation and start tinkering. So once I urge you guys to do this first before we go on to the project modules, which is module number 5 and so on, and from there to module number 8. because only once you have tinkered, you can actually explore.